Today I'm going to be cleaning and servicing this Scotsman ice and water dispenser. Model number is HID 524A, I believe. I'm going to be cleaning the water system, running cleaner and sanitizer, cleaning the condenser, pointing out some important things to note when completing the service. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off all of these panels. There's a screw here, so this front panel comes off, a couple screws there, top panel comes off, take off the side panel, and I'll take off this panel with these screws. There is a button right here that if you press it, it disables these sensors so that while you're removing this panel, ice and water doesn't spray all over the place. And then later on, I'll be changing that filter. Here's what we look like partially taken apart. A couple notes before I press forward. So when you take the screws out of this panel, there are these plugs here. They match up to where you can't really get them confused. The condenser is here. There's the pre-filter. You can take that out. There's one screw, so you can take this louver off and brush the condenser coil. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? Eventually, I'm gonna take this guy off so I can have access to the evaporator. I'm gonna drain this out so I can melt out the ice from the evaporator so I can add the descaler. And this is the inside of the front panel. It does have some cleaning instructions here. We're basically going to be doing this: turn the machine off, shut off the water supply, drain the water from the reservoir. We're going to fill the reservoir with hot water. Then we're going to do our cleaner, and then we're just kind of going to work through this list. We're not going to follow it step by step. I'm going to end up doing it my own way, but that gives you a basic idea of what we're going to be doing. First thing I'm going to do before I get too far ahead of myself is I'm going to turn this off. Power button is the second one up from the bottom. The B stands for bin full, which just means that this guy is full of ice. There's a sensor here and here. Like a garage door, they look at each other. As the ice comes down the chute, eventually it blocks these two sensors and the machine shuts off. So if you press this guy, goes to 0. 0 means the machine's off. I'm also going to turn off the water, which I'm going to do two different ways. First, by turning this lever, which lifts up the water flow inside of the trough. It won't allow any more water to go in. And I'm going to pull this hose, which will allow water to drain from the reservoir and from the evaporator. I'm also going to shut this off just as a precaution. I don't want to knock this on accident and then have water start flowing into here and cause a flood. I removed these 3 finger screws from the 3 holes. Now I'm going to unplug this guy. And then this lid comes right up and off, and that'll give us access to the ice. First thing we're going to do is we're going to melt out all of this ice with hot water so that our descaler actually comes in contact with the evaporator and the auger and does its job. Once the ice is melted and the cleaner is added, I'll be pressing this clean button right here, and that'll allow the auger to start to turn to agitate the cleaner, descaler, and ensure that the evaporator and auger are properly cleaned. So the instructions say to pour the water into the reservoir, which is that. I find this to be a bit easier because it actually allows the hot water to come in contact with the ice first. And my drain hose down there is pulled, so as I pour hot water into here, it melts out the ice, and then the water just flows down the drain. Usually 1 pitcher full of water is enough to get this done. Got my descaler solution mixed up. This is 8 ounces of Manitowoc nickel safe cleaner. The instructions do say to use Scotsman Clear 1, but I don't have any of that, and this works just as well. I did plug my hose back in down below so the cleaner doesn't go down the drain. The instructions also say to lift that up to the clean position. Unfortunately, the hose is not long enough to allow that to slide all the way to the up position. So that's as far as it'll go. I'm just gonna fill this up, pour the remainder just along the top of the auger, and then hit the clean button, and that'll allow that to turn, and it should run for 15 to 20 minutes. While that's going, I'm going to empty all the ice from the dispenser. The instructions say to hit the dispense motor to allow all the ice to come out, which honestly takes a hell of a long time, and I don't really want to deal with that. So what I like to do is I take out that agitator, and then I'll just scoop it out 1 bucket at a time, and then pour it in there. Once I get down to the last little bit inside here, I will dispense it. Once you're able to, you can grab this piece, set that off to the side, and then we're just gonna keep scooping. Once you get down to the last little bit, what you can do is hit the dispense button on the control board, and then do it this way. For the last little bit of ice, if you use a little bit of hot water, pour it slowly, otherwise it will come out from where the dispense motor is and overflow the drain hose. But this just makes it easier to clean, and it also makes it easier if I use 2 hands. But I just do that to melt out the remaining ice while I wait for the clean cycle. I don't know if I mentioned it before, C stands for clean. While I wait for the clean cycle to end, I'm going to brush my condenser, just like this. Luckily, there's not a lot of lint in here. So brush it with a brush, and then I use compressed nitrogen in place of compressed air, which works just the same. And then I will be changing out my water filter with my replacement. You can use the dispense water button to relieve the pressure to make it easier. And then that's just a 1/4 turn, it comes off, put the new one in, 1/4 turn, lock it into place, and then you can drop the switch and then flush your water filter by just running water through the water inlet until it runs clear. Just swapped it out, and as you can see, initially the water comes out cloudy, and you're just gonna run it until it comes out clear. So water is now running clear. I cleaned the condenser, blew it out, I put the louver back on, cleaned the pre-filter, that slides back in there. I dated my water filter. Now I'm gonna turn this back off. This can get pulled. Clean is done. When clean is done, that'll go back to 0. I'm gonna let my cleaner drain out, and then I'm gonna disassemble the rest of this machine. I'll have everything set it off to the side. I'm gonna clean this area, mainly inside the storage bin, inside this cup, and then the spill tray. And after this area is clean, oh, and these guys, 1/4 turn that comes off, 1/4 turn that comes off. After this stuff's all clean, then I'll clean my parts one at a time and reassemble the machine. Let's start with ice sweep. That comes off just like that. Set that off to the side. This guy will come off. It's just an O-ring holding it in place. Set that off to the side. This guy comes out. A couple finger screws. That comes out, and then this one comes out too. And that's the reason why we want to take that out, because it has a tendency to grow slime and algae that'll eventually block that drain. And then when that drain gets blocked, you'll see water dripping out of the ice chute at a constant basis, and we don't want that. I'm going to leave this hose in place, which is the storage bin drain hose, until I'm done cleaning in here, so that anything that I wash down the drain would just go down this drain hose and end up in the cup instead of splashing all over this area. For this, I'm not going to take out the water reservoir, because it is kind of a pain to deal with this connection in the back, but I will take these spades out, which are kind of difficult to get out of here, but if you work at it, they kind of slide up and out, and you want to clean these off. Otherwise, they won't sense the water properly. And then what you can do is you can use a screwdriver, take this guy out, and just kind of wipe this out with a rag. I'm going to take out this hose, and then I'll show you what I need to do to clean this area. So basically, all I'm going to do up here is I'm going to dry everything off, especially this top bearing. You don't want water sitting in here. I'm going to clean off all around here. When I'm done, I will reapply some food safe lubricant to this O-ring to keep water from dripping down the side of the evaporator. Wipe out this, spray it with sanitizer, wipe out this guy, spray it with sanitizer, wipe out anything else I can see, and then I'll remove this guy, wipe out this area, and then scrub and wipe out this area, and that's basically it. So starting at the top, wiped out, wiped out, wiped out. Everything was cleaned, sanitized, wiped out, and then re-sanitized. Let the sanitizer dry on the surface. Reapplied some food safe lubricant to that O-ring. I didn't mention it before, but wiped out the underneath side of this. Has a tendency to get splatter from people adding ice to their coffee and whatnot. Cleaned out this. Is kind of difficult to get around this area. I recommend using a brush of some sort. This hose doesn't need to get removed. It connects to the, the gear motor drain pan. If this is dirty or has stuff in it, more than likely there's something going on with the gear motor or the gearbox, which is all the way back there, and you just have to get behind the machine and check that out. So now that this is all clean and sanitized, I'm just going to take care of all these parts, clean them, sanitize them, put the machine back together, and we will see what that looks like when I'm all done. Getting ready to crank this thing back on. Everything is put back together. That white tablet is a chlorine tablet. I kind of took it and ground it up around there. That'll keep stuff from growing. This is all put back together. There was some water accumulated and some growth right here. I lowered the water level inside of the water reservoir. If you noticed before, this line right here was black. I think what was happening was the water level was too high. Some water was leaking down into here, causing stuff to grow into here. This is an emergency overflow. There shouldn't really be water flowing into there. So I lowered the water level to keep that from happening. And then the reason why there was stuff growing on the outside of this one was because water was leaking out from this area where there's a little screw. That's what that looks like. If you try to turn it on right now, it'll say B for bin full because this guy is not plugged in. This is the top panel. I did not clean this in the sink. I sprayed it with sanitizer and wiped it off with a towel. You don't want to get water inside of those two holes because that's where these sensors are, and then the machine won't work properly. This guy sits just like that. And then as soon as I plug this in, it should click on. That should go from B to F any second now, maybe. And then the machine should kick on. There you go. So everything's gonna start running and we'll start making ice. I'm gonna finish putting all my panels on and make sure this thing actually starts producing. All finished up. icemachine411@gmail.com if you want to contact me. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.